I'm after a buck that I'm super excited to go after. It's raining pretty good. There's nothing quite like seeing a mature buck in person you've only known through trail camera photos on your phone or computer screen for months or even years. It can be a really surreal moment, at least for me. Seeing a buck on a flat screen can create this strange disconnect, like he's just an idea of a deer, something distant or untouchable. Kind of like he's not real. I've hunted mature bucks long enough to know just how rare an encounter can be. I've had plenty of seasons where I never even lay eyes on the buck that I was after. This often feels like more of the rule than the exception. I only tell you this because it's exactly how the story of Two Trunks went down. Whenever I'm lucky enough to cross paths with a buck that I've only watched or known through a computer screen, like in this story, my initial thought is always, holy shit, he's real. What is going on, guys? It is Josh here with Buckeye Bowhunter, and today is opening day of Ohio's archery season. Now, I am super excited. I slept in this morning because we had a southeast, south wind, something like that this morning, which is terrible for what I'm trying to do. I am on a top secret mission after a giant. A big deer. I am very excited to go after this deer. We'll see how it unfolds today. I may not even go in there to hunt, but it's about 3 o'clock now, and right around like 4:30, we're supposed to have some sort of wind change, and it's supposed to start coming out of the like northeast, which would be really good for what I'm trying to do. But we'll see how that works. Like right now, we got a good. It seems like it's like straight east, or there's a little northerly component to it, so I'm just going to work back here, and if I get to the top of this hill before I drop down into the swamp and it's not doing what I want it to do, I may just turn around and come back tomorrow or something like that, depending on the wind. But with that said, I want to play this super safe and be very careful, because this buck is living in a spot where it'd be really easy to kick him out, and a spot where it'd be really easy for people to figure out where he is. So that's kind of why I haven't talked about this buck, haven't brought him up really that much all year, haven't showed any pictures of him. But here he is. I've had pictures of this deer all summer. Freaking stud. I'm very excited to go after this deer. And the last time I had photos of him was like 3 or 4 days ago at this point. He's doing some pretty consistent things. I'm mostly getting photos of him on east winds. And with that hurricane coming up through here, we have some east winds right now. So I think this, honestly, even though it's like opening evening, might be a pretty good shot to get in there and get after him. I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything that's going to bump him or spook him or ruin the spot. So I want to get down in here, make sure I'm using my milkweed to check the wind, make sure I'm paying attention to what that's doing, and if it's not doing what I want it to do, I may just come right back out and go hunt somewhere else, or I may circle around and try to come in. There's another access I can come in from another side. I may do that. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like too well down in there though, so I may not want to mess with that, but we'll see. It's like first day of the deer season, so let's not screw it up, right? But this is a big deer. I'm very excited to go after this deer. I've been dreaming about it and thinking about it for months. I've had this deer on camera last year, and he was a pretty consistent deer on this property last year, so I feel like I have time to, catch up with this buck. I'm not worried about him like disappearing for the entire rut, because he definitely was around. Yeah, I'm going to pack up here and start walking back and see if we can get in after this buck. Like I said, about 4 o'clock, 4:30 is about when this wind change is supposed to happen. So we're looking at about 45 minutes to an hour right now. So I'm going to take my time and get on up there and see what it's doing. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Rub. That's a big rub right there. Big rub. Let's go. Alright, guys. Pretty badass tree. Let's get up here. I'm gonna whisper really quiet because I think this deer is really close. He's gotta be 90 degrees, somewhere within 150 yards of me, I would think. Let me talk a little bit about this deer. I call him Two Trunks. Damn blue jay. John is actually the one who came up with that name, just because he's just a big, gnarly, heavy buck. He's got a couple tree trunks coming out of his head, so Two Trunks it is. So I'm in here after Two Trunks tonight. I didn't think I'd be able to get in here because of the wind, or what it was forecasted. But when I got up to the top of this hill, god damn, that blue jay is annoying. When I got to the top of this hill, the wind is actually blowing really good. It's blowing right down this creek, and it's like ramping up when it hits this little topography behind me. I'm getting sucked right up the way I came. So I think this is actually going to be really good. I think we'll be alright. I think it's a good wind because this is like an easterly wind with this hurricane coming through right now. I've been getting a lot of pictures of him on an east wind, using this bedding area, leaving, exiting, and entering on this trail along this creek, coming in from the east. So theoretically, I think this is our best option. It's very low impact, but we have a decent chance to run into this deer. It's going to be really tight quarters. So, I got a 15 to 18 yard shot, and I got like 2 lanes. But if he comes through here, that's where he's going to be. So, I'm not sure. It's supposed to rain pretty good this evening, too. So I'm prepared to get wet. It's actually starting to sprinkle now. But I think, that could get him up on his feet a little early. I'm excited, man. It's just a bunch of... this creek bottom is just intermingled with little islands, and this creek just meanders all through and winds, which makes little humps and knolls and oxbows and stuff that these bucks love bedding in and hanging out. So I couldn't tell you exactly where he's bedded, but I know he's bedded somewhere, like I said, 90 degrees from me, out to the north. And we got a northeast wind, so if he's leaving this bedding area, I feel like he's gonna feel like that wind is in his favor. Let's see if we can knock down all 2 trunks. If not, it's a long season. It's raining pretty good. Rain's coming down pretty good. Feels really good. My main camera and all my microphones put away. So hopefully this audio's not bad. A little rain's not going to keep me out of the woods. That's why it's really important to make sure you bring, if you're self-filming, bring some rain protection for your stuff. It should slow down a lot here though. So soon after I put my camera away, the rain really started to slow down and it just felt like something was going to happen. And sure enough, from across the creek, I see a small buck working down the bank towards me. And as I'm watching this buck for a little bit, trying to decide whether I pull my main camera back out or not, I hear a splash behind me. And this little buck's attention is focused past my tree stand. And I turn around slowly, and we'll see what happens next. Go on. Behind me. That was literally right under my stand. Oh. I think I made a good shot. Look like I got a lot of penetration. Oh my god. Hey, I shot him.
Get out of here.
Yeah, dude, I shot him at like 3 yards. Dude, he came behind me, dude, on this side of the creek. I had another buck on the other side of the creek, like I thought. And I'm like, oh, this is getting good. It's like raining. And he's looking down the creek all of a sudden, and I just hear splash, splash, and I turn around, and he's at 8 yards directly behind me. Somehow he came right below my tree. He never smelled me. And I just put the arrow, like, I mean, right behind, like, it like just went in straight on top of him almost, dude. It was like, and I just saw it on the, just to the right side of the, or the left side of his spine, down like 4 inches, and just went right into him. And it looked like I got like 10 or 12 inches of penetration, but then I saw him running across the swamp, and I saw the arrow like working its way out of him, and then it like, he hit a bush, and I literally watched the arrow fly out of him. And then he kept going, and I lost track of him. But
oh my gosh.
Oh my god, dude. I can't believe that happened. He is enormous, man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I don't feel good about that though. Like, it was the weirdest shot ever, dude. But
dude, I think you got him though.
I hope.
Straight down between his shoulder blades.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I think.
The blood's gonna be horrible to find him.
I know.
Unless he's down right over there.
He could be. I mean, I could watch him run down the whole creek. Oh my god, I can't believe that. So if it goes, if it buried in him and he's running, like, if he's running, how does that like come up out of him like that?
So you said it was between his shoulders.
Yeah, I felt like I
shoulder blades, right?
I felt like I crushed him. It just,
yeah, dude. I could almost bet. You think it's far enough back to get guts?
No, maybe no. I don't think so at all.
Okay, dude, he might be done right over there.
I mean, I never seen a deer that big, but he came in right here, dude. I don't believe that. I was looking straight down at him. It was the weirdest feeling I've ever seen. I was just like, great, there he is. He's been here the whole time. I haven't had pictures of him at all, but he's been here. He's been right here. The camera's just right over there, but he's not.
Wouldn't get walk in front of it. Oh, this is amazing.
I can't believe that. I have no idea. He must have been bedded up on this knob. Like I told you guys, my wind's coming up out of this creek bottom and like swirling and blowing back up towards the truck. I watched this little buck come down out of this place where I thought he'd be bedded and start walking the edge of this creek right in front of me. I put my camera away because it's like raining really good. And then he stops and he's just staring down the creek, and I turn and that buck's standing at 10 yards, walks right to the base of the tree, starts working this scrape, or working a licking branch. It doesn't look like there's a scrape there. And I just leaned out just enough and was able to get an arrow in him. Like, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. That is crazy. I really want to just go find my arrow and see what that looks like, so. There he is. Alright guys, so there's blood. He's definitely bleeding. I found the arrow right here. I don't want to get excited yet. I really don't. I don't know what to do though. What time did I called Hannah. 6:53. So it hasn't even been an hour yet. So let's just go back to the truck. It's done raining. There's no reason to hang out here. Let's take my bag and everything. We're all soaked. Let's go back to the truck and give him like at least 2 hours before I come out here and look. So I've been sitting at the truck here for a minute and I'm so antsy. It's been about an hour and 45 minutes since I shot that deer. I'm gonna start working my way back there, and you know, by the time I get back there, it'll be 2 hours since I shot him. So let's go see. What is up, guys? So good news, a little bad news, but a lot of good news. I found the buck. I got Hannah here with me. All my cameras died and it's been raining, and so I ended up just kind of like following the blood trail a little while just to see if the blood got good or not, you know, and if I lost blood or something, I was just gonna turn around. And it just kept getting better and kept getting better, so I kept following it and I walked right up on him. So I came back to the truck. Hannah drove from home and brought me some more batteries for the GoPro. But let's get back here. We got about a 300-yard walk. We're gonna get back here and look at this deer and I'll show you guys. So look at that blood. This is where you called me and I was like, oh, I got good blood. Yeah. I think you gotta go up through there. This drag won't be bad, you see him?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my god. Holy. Oh look, his antlers are bloody. Why are his antlers bloody?
I don't know, he's just squirting blood.
That's nuts.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
What do you think, Hannah?
I can't believe you did it. From the
opening night.
I can't believe you. I knew at 7 when you called. You got him.
So it turns out that 2 Trunks was real. The trail cameras didn't lie. But I still can't get over that feeling of turning around and seeing him in the flesh on the hoof for the first time. It's just like I said, a surreal, mind-blowing experience that just sticks with me forever. I can remember the moment that I've seen every buck that I harvested, and that same feeling that we all chase every fall. You know, I've had so much fun chasing this deer and, you know, learning about this deer, and to be able to wrap my hands around his antlers within 24 hours of Ohio's archery season starting is just unbelievable. I'm so lucky and blessed to be able to do this. I'm so lucky to have a girlfriend and buddies to come help me drag this thing out, because that was no small feat. But like any big buck hunter knows, once you harvest that deer that you're after, there's a sense of like what to do next, right? For me, I still have a tag in Kentucky that I will be looking to fill later on this season. I also plan on doing a lot of filming for John, who's still after a buck in Ohio. So there'll be a lot more content to come during this 2024 season. With that said, here's to 2 Trunks. What an amazing animal. And here's to you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Whitetailer.